Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a really cool wooden duck telephone, and this is Steve's telephone from Rhode Island. And so basically he's got a note here with the telephone. It doesn't work, and he's having problems with it, so it has a lot of issues, and he wants to give it as a gift back to his mom because it reminds them of the old days. So they've had this duck for a long time. And so what we're going to do is we're going to troubleshoot this duck and go through it and repair it for Steve. And since this is the initial checkout, we're going to kind of look over the duck a little bit. And so basically, Steve's made a few attempts. I've talked to him on the phone, and there's been a few attempts to kind of either get the telephone open or look it over and see if it couldn't be repairable. And we have a wooden wall telephone in the background here that we were starting on, and that is Eric's telephone from Belleville, Illinois. And so basically, we'll be starting on that Westco telephone soon, and it's a really cool telephone, so you might want to check that video out. So basically what happens is this duck is not really supposed to open the way we just opened it, but since the hot glue has been broke free from the upper housing of the duck, we've just gone ahead and taken it apart that way. We're going to repair all that because that's actually not how the duck gets taken apart. So we want to look at the circuit board here, and we want to troubleshoot everything. We have a couple of spiders and a spider web there, and we're probably going to take them out and get rid of them. I'm sure Steve does not have a use for them. So we kind of want to look over the phone, and we want to try to maybe glue the front panel back in because it seems like that's been taken off a little bit. So these duck telephones are very sought after, and we're going to get this one squared away from Steve. We've got a little bit of issue going on here, but I don't believe that the workings for the quacker, when this duck rings, it quacks, and there's been a few attempts made to get into that situation, but I don't think that it's going to be an issue. We can always put some epoxy in there to hold that in. It doesn't look like it's falling out, so we'll go ahead and get that squared away. So what we want to do is we want to take a short break, and we want to get a start on this duck, and we'll come back and get some video of it as we move forward in the repair. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we've located a few issues that we're going to resolve right now. One of them is we need to replace the modular plug on the handset cord because the little clip is broke at the very end. And there is some there, but it's not enough to grab. And the other side is longer. So that clip is good. That's been cleaned and re-crimped. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and we want to remove that. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off. So now it will look like that. We'll go ahead and take our end. It's a little too long. Go ahead and reinstall it. Now we can test that. Pick the video up. I'll go ahead and put it in the analyzer. we should get 2 lights, and we get our 2 lights, so we know, move my light here. Now that we have our 2 lights, we want to shake the cord around a little bit, and we know that that cord is good now. So we're going to set that to the side. We have another issue. I'm going to clean my soldering gun. We're going to be removing this component. I don't know that the video is picking it up, but in this component there's corrosion, so this is bad. There's corrosion in this electrolytic cap, and so that is bad. We want to set that right here. We want to take our new piece, our new component, we want to reinstall that. I want to tin the ends a little. Put it back in place. Go ahead and solder that up. Our new component is in. We can throw the old clip for the handset cord away. There's a few other issues and a little more troubleshooting that we want to take care of, but while I have the telephone apart, I want to clean these contacts for our keypad. I know they're dirty, and we want to clean them. Also want to clean the contacts on the back of the pad. We're also going to clean these switches with some electronic cleaner. It seems pretty evident that this telephone was maybe stored in an area where there might have been a lot of moisture, so that can be a factor sometimes. We want to go ahead and remove our old component. We can set that to the side or throw it away. I'm going to go ahead and throw it away. It's of no use to us. We want to plug our handset cord back into the duck and then back into the handset. We have another issue here. We have some corrosion going on right here. And I want to take a better look at that because we want to clean that up, or we want to replace it. That corrosion can take out the pins. I've seen it before. It can happen. Not to mention it just keeps them dirty. and I want to make sure that we get all that taken care of. So we'll probably work on that a little bit off video. But now what we want to do is go ahead and plug our duck in. Go ahead and reach over and plug our handset cord in, our line cord, give you some dial tone. Probably walk through a few numbers here. I want to dial a 2. I want to transmit into the handset. If you watch that red light on the analyzer, we'll check and see if it's transmitting. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, hello. It is transmitting. Now what we want to do is we want to set the duck down. Make sure we don't have dial tone, that it's hung up. And I want to ring this telephone with the analyzer. So I'm going to go ahead and hit a ring cycle. The eyes should light. I'm going to let that go one more time. Then we'll give you some dial tone. So now what we want to do is we're going to take a short break from the video. I want to go through the board a little more. I want to make sure that all the solder connections are good, all the connections are good, the switches are cleaned with some electronic cleaner. I want to make sure that this modular port that we're plugging into, that's taken care of, get the corrosion out of that, make sure that's cleaned up. We're going to put everything back together again. We're going to come back and do our final checks. So we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we are finished up with the repair of this duck telephone. We're going to run through a little bit about what went on. We went ahead and repaired the stabilizer that held the handset to the housing of the upper part of the duck. We replaced one of the modular port plugs on the handset cord, and we also cleaned and re-crimped the other connection. We re-crimped and cleaned the line cord connection at the modular port. We repaired the main PC board. We cleaned the dial pad and board, checked all the solder, and did some resoldering, and cleaned the modular port for the handset at the duck. So we basically kind of went through a little bit of everything on this telephone and repaired the issues and took care of whatever was going on. So now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and do our final checks. So we're going to go ahead and ring the duck. I'm going to let that go a few times. I'll let it go one more time. We'll go ahead and give you some dial tone. We resecured the number pad front plate, so that's been taken care of. And we cleaned the switches for the T and P mode, and also the ringer off, low, and high. So now what we want to do is walk through our numbers. If you watch the analyzer, we'll go ahead and walk through our numbers, and you'll watch the numbers roll by. I'm going to end in a 2. Now I want to transmit into the handset. So like earlier, if you watch that red light on the analyzer, every time you see that red light light up, that's an indication of 100% modulation on transmit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. hello, hello. So we know that this duck is ringing in on a ring cycle and it's quacking. The eyes light when the duck rings. They also light when you pick up the handset. We have transmit and receive, and it's dialing out. We have a button on this switch box, and we can go ahead and press that button. And what that does is gives us a line out and totally takes the analyzer out of the situation, and we'll call a time and temp number. So we'll go ahead and call that time and temp number. I want to make sure that both eyes are lit. Give you some dial tone.
Good evening. Offenburg Ford, still big in Belleville for nearly 70-plus years. Call 234-0330. Today is Tuesday, March 11th. The time is 8:46. Current temperature 74 degrees. Rain tonight, possibly mixed with snow, little or no accumulation, lows in the mid-30s. Winds becoming northwest and gusting to 35. On Wednesday, mostly cloudy with rain and snow likely in the morning, little or no accumulation, partly sunny in the afternoon, high around 40, northwest winds gusting to 40 in the morning, decreasing some in the afternoon.
Okay, we can call one other number. We can call my number and it'll be busy. We'll give you some dial tone. Now that we know that this duck has been repaired, we can return it to Steve, and him and his family can start enjoying this telephone again. It's a very cool, very sought-after duck telephone. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.